like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who could bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GTV Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have yourself to blame, y'all. Ticket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth on LGBT. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence start with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
All right, man, y'all press 1 if y'all can hear me in the comments, man. Salute to everybody tapping on in. If y'all can hear me in the comment section, press 1. I'm bringing y'all the news as it comes out. Y'all press 1 if y'all can hear me. Salute to everybody tapping on in. Make sure, if you guys have not, make sure that y'all click the link in the description box and go get the album from A Weapons Midlife Music, the greatest. That is the brother that's on the intro tracks. Y'all keep asking me. You can go get the unedited version of the intro and the entire R&B album. The album is out right now. The link is in the description box below this video. Salute to everybody that's been sending donations to the Cash App, PayPal. Everybody's on the podcast show, getting a free membership to the website. Also, getting the weight loss formula. All those links are in the description box as well. I got some breaking news to bring to you guys right now. As Sean Diddy Combs, the judge has denied his bail yet again. Diddy had put a $50 million bail package together once again, and his bail has been rejected once again. So the only hope that Diddy has now is that he has the hope that Donald J. Trump will go against the guy he picked to run the U.S. Attorney's Office, right? And what's that guy's name? Jay something. Let me see. Yeah, Jay Clayton. He has the hope that Jay Clayton, they have the hope that Donald Trump goes against his own guy, Jay Clayton, which I don't see happening. So Diddy had another bond request rejected, and let me give you guys basically the report, right? So basically, Sean Diddy Combs made a renewed request this week, proposing a $50 million bond, but it was again denied. Now, his prosecutors opposed the request in Manhattan federal court, filing on July the 31st, 2025, last night, arguing that Diddy could face a substantially higher prison sentence than they initially estimated, right? 4 to 5 years for his 2 prostitution convicted convictions. They cited an extensive history of violence and inability to prove he no longer poses a danger to the community, noting the Bail Reform Act mandates detention unless exceptional circumstances are shown, which Diddy failed to demonstrate. The judge's decisions align with prior denials, emphasizing Diddy's propensity for violence and lack of trustworthiness under supervision. He remains at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn and is awaiting his sentencing on October the 3rd, 2025. So, ladies and gentlemen, Diddy has had his bail denied again, and now he is awaiting the sentencing. And now he got a surprise last night, because now they have stated They can use not only past history, but they can use other things that wasn't even convicted. The judge can use that in against Diddy's sentencing to add much more time. The judge can give Diddy 20 years if he wants. If Diddy gets 20 years, he's done. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. He's not gonna win appeals because the judge was very, very smart. Everybody was saying, why did the judge let all this stuff out of court? Why he didn't keep all this stuff? The judge was smart. The judge, now that I think about it, everything the judge did was to combat Diddy being able to appeal. Everything he did. So that's why the judge left a lot of stuff out, had a lot of rulings in Diddy's favor, kind of called it down the line. That way, the judge could avoid any situation, even with the jurors in situation. He could avoid any appeal, conviction, or anything that his time getting overturned. So the judge played this very, very smart. The fact that they rejected his bond, the judge finna hit this nigga with the meal, bro. Listen, let me tell y'all something, man. Don't play me stupid, bro. If the judge is gonna let Diddy just walk on October the 3rd, he's not gonna keep denying his bond. Bro, he ain't gonna do that, bro. If Diddy was gonna walk, they'd have let his ass walk out here today. He'd have been on some type of probation, you know what I'm saying? And he would have been, you know what I'm saying, till he got his sentencing. Then he would have got some type of probation when he got his sentencing. See what I'm saying? So, bro, and like I said, the government said they're going for a lot more time than 5 years. A lot more time. So, apparently, I think the judge is going to use all those letters that was written against Diddy. I also think that the judge is going to use all the violent acts that we saw and didn't see in the legal work. Because remember, the judge saw a lot of stuff that was kept out. I kept telling y'all that. That was in the pre-trial paperwork. Now, Diddy's lawyers got a lot of that stuff struck out of the trial. That helped Diddy not get convicted on the RICO and the sex trafficking charges, right? But the judge saw that. That's the thing. And the fact that the judge knows that information. And remember, when he denied Diddy bail, the day Diddy got his acquittal from those other two charges, the judge says, bro, you was just in the batters program, and I made sure the jury didn't hear that. That wasn't even, he told Diddy's lawyer that when Diddy's lawyer was up there crying. Diddy's lawyers know he getting ready to get hit with the sonic boom. I told you guys, man. Yo, they need this nigga. Bro, they denied this nigga bond again, nigga. Didn't I tell y'all this? If they denied his bond again, what was going to happen? So Diddy's bail has been denied yet again. And so now we go to sentencing. Donald J. Trump can pardon Diddy between now, sentencing, or any time. But if he was going to do it, he would have already did it. He would have already did it. But I don't see Trump doing this because he put his own guy to go handle this situation with Diddy. And everybody who keeps saying, oh, he didn't do it. Yes, he did. Diddy was, y'all got to remember, Diddy was indicted last year. This guy was appointed, Jay Clayton was appointed in April of 2025. So Trump was already planning on making this move. They were in the middle of the case, so they just waited till the case was over with to get Comey out of there. They waited to the conviction to get her out of there. Then you had this stuff with Epstein coming up too. Get her ass out of there. Put my own people in there. And what do y'all think that Trump's own people do? Check all those, because remember, I told y'all got to pay attention to the details in the case. In the case, Diddy was having a lot of freak-offs at the Trump hotels. So who do you think will want to know what else the feds were investigating and what else was in those files? Because you never know what else the feds were investigating or what wasn't released. So what does Trump do? He can find out everything that was said behind the scenes, everything that was said but wasn't brought out in court, because he has his own man on the inside in Jay Clayton that he appointed that's now running things since Maureen Comey's out of there. So you never know what they saw or what videos that wasn't kept in the case, because there's a lot of stuff that wasn't kept in this case. That's the part I keep explaining to people. All you got to do is read the pre-trial paperwork and you will know a lot of evidence, a lot of stuff was kept out of this case. It wasn't even talked about or seen in the trial. So people say, oh, all that stuff isn't true, it didn't happen. That doesn't mean that. That just means that the judge, Diddy had good lawyers that struck out a lot of that evidence before so it didn't make it to the trial. That doesn't mean it wasn't in evidence. The judge seen it, right? The judge seen it. Diddy will not win an appeal. It's rare that a guy wins an appeal. Rare. That's what y'all got to understand. And the judge, the way he proceeded over this case, he crossed his T's and dotted his I's to make sure he wouldn't get no ruling overturned. And the fact that it's Trump's people that's coming out here pushing for that big sentence against Diddy, man, that nigga finna go for the long haul, man. That nigga ain't coming home, man. I'm telling y'all, that nigga finna do at least 10. That's just my thoughts. Because the judge has wide discretion. He has a lot of latitude in this. So now everybody got to depend on the dude they hate to bail out Diddy. They have serious disdain for Donald Trump. And you got to hope he goes and bails out Diddy? No dice. To the person who says no more than 10, you must not be understanding what's going on, son. Donald Trump's people, let me explain this to you in the comment section, Jay Ultimate. Donald Trump's man is now running this Diddy case. Jay Clayton, right on the right-hand side of your screen. He's running the Diddy case now. Jay Clayton said last night that they are currently writing up a sentencing report that is demanding more, substantially more than 5 years. That's all you need to know. He said substantially more. So when you think of substantially more, we going over 10 years. Then you have to equate that with all the evidence the judge seen that didn't even touch the court. The judge can take all that into equation. Matter of fact, I've already showed y'all the law. The judge, the judge has his own discretion. He can give Diddy up to 20 years and nobody can say nothing. Diddy can try to appeal it, but he will lose on appeal like most people do. Right? I'm telling y'all this. The best bet for Diddy is he wait till Trump gets out of office and hope that somebody gets voted in that he's friendly with. One of them Democrats or somebody he cool with that can bail him out. That's the best bet that he got. But I tell you one thing, if them Republicans keep winning elections, he ain't going nowhere. Right? Now it's crazy how Trump has all this control over all these things, but he appointed this guy. Trump is the one who appointed Jay Clayton. And I've been telling people this. So now think about this, y'all. Didn't I tell y'all yesterday? I said, bro, if the judge denies his bail, they gonna get that nigga a lot of time, bro. If he don't deny his bail, then that nigga gonna walk. Because it lets you know where his mind is at. Because Diddy's already been in prison for in jail for all these months. If it wasn't gonna be a harsh sentence, the judge would have been like, yo, we're gonna give him bail. We're gonna put him on probation, put him home. You'll be on house arrest till this time. You'll be on supervised, you know what I'm saying? He'll have a probation period where he's on probation for X however many years. You know what I'm saying? And then after he gets off house arrest, he'll probably have like supervised release or some shit like that. He had to go to programs and all that other shit. Like I said before, man, that was if they was gonna let him walk. Bro, they not finna let this nigga walk. And the crazy part is people keep saying, oh, Ticket, you said he was gonna get life. You guys don't understand this. When I say life, Diddy is 56 going on 57 years old. Anything 20 and up is life for that nigga, man. Diddy's life is in the next 15 to 20 years. That's his life. Let's just be honest. What you think Diddy gonna be able to do come out of prison at 70, 76, 77 years old? Not a damn thing. Not even at 75 years old. OJ got out of prison at what? At 68 years old? And 7 years later, he was up out of here. It just crept up on everybody. What happened with OJ, we didn't even know. It was like 2 weeks. He doing good, playing golf. And then 2 weeks, yo, OJ sick. Huh? What? OJ got cancer. What? OJ dead. What? I'm telling y'all this. So that's why I tell y'all, bro, I read the pre-trial paperwork. right? That's why I said that. If Diddy was 20, nah, there ain't no life sentence. At 20 years, you still get out. You 40, you got a lot of life to live. But you going to prison at 56, 57 years old, and you doing 15 to 20, nigga, that's just like a life sentence, nigga. You out of here. Just like R. Kelly right now. R. Kelly got 30 years in prison. That's basically a life sentence. That nigga ain't get out till he 80 years old, bro. That's why I said what I said, right? And all this stuff is the law. That's why when everybody was like, "Yo, Diddy gonna walk? He got the least of charges." Man, y'all niggas crazy. That nigga facing 20. Anytime somebody tell me I'm facing 20, bro, we got a problem. 20 years? Oh hell no. That's Diddy's lawyer saying that. Oh, he's the lower end. That ain't what the government's saying. Remember, the government got a conviction on those charges. So the charges they got a conviction on, it's gonna be leaning in their favor. That's the thing people keep forgetting. The government got a conviction on those charges. And you know they're gonna try and save face for not getting a guilty verdict on those other charges. They wanted to put Diddy in there for life. I'm talking about they wanted the actual life where he says life. That means that you'll never get out. Right? But yeah, man. This pretty much eliminates everything. So for everybody who wants to know what happened, the judge denied Diddy's bail. He will be sitting in prison until uh his until his he'll be sitting in prison until his sentencing date. And now the feds have come out yesterday and said that they're going for big time for Diddy. They don't want him released because they're looking for major prison time for him. Major prison time. And I'm telling you something, they had a lot of people that wrote that judge, man. Doesn't matter if he's a first time offender. He's facing 20 years. There's a lot of first time offenders that got a lot of years. You guys got to remember that. He's facing 20 years. And they said in the writing yesterday, look, Diddy did this over thousands of times, excuse me. So this wasn't no one off, two off. He was doing this over thousands of times. That's what they were saying in the paperwork. You guys got to get in the paperwork and actually read the paperwork, man. And so when I tell y'all this stuff, it also says that they can use, prior. They can use all type of shit against Diddy, man. You know what I mean? And I keep telling people, man, you see it right there on your screen, man. The judge has the authority to impose the maximum sentence on Diddy. Everybody keeps talking about, oh, he got to go by the sentencing guidelines. No, he don't. Is these people on drugs? He don't have to go by the sentencing guidelines. The judge can do what he wants to do, as far as it's within the lines of the sentencing guidelines and the sentencing frame. So the sentencing frame is up to 20 years in prison. So the judge can give Diddy up to 20 years, 10 on each count. That's what he can do. So that's why I keep telling people this. Ain't nobody you got this one right. I had all of them right. The problem is that you can't tell the jury what to convict a man on. But I already knew they was going for big numbers on the nigga. I've been told y'all that. They going for football numbers on this dude. Y'all thought it was a game? I just thought that he would be convicted of all those other charges too. And it would make it easier. But this just let y'all know this man got his bail denied again. Another $50 million bail denied, y'all. What do y'all think the judge gonna do? Give him 1-2 years, tell him walk? Man, ain't no way, man. Ain't no way. And that's why you had all these ex-cons. It was like 3 or 4 ex-cons that have been online saying, yo, that judge gonna get that nigga 20. Said it on an interview a couple weeks ago. What's the dude who snitched on John Gotti? Sammy the Bull. Sammy the Bull said it the other day. He was like, yo, watch. The judge gonna give him 20. He said that judge is gonna see all that shit that was in that paperwork. He gonna take them 2 10-year deals, give him the max, stack them, and get that nigga 20. These are guys who've been through the system before. They know. I'm just telling you. You guys can look that up. You can Google that. Like, I'm not lying to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So y'all finna see. You know, and then all these people that was online celebrating outside the courtroom. Y'all gotta remember the judge heard all that. He heard what you call them going on them podcast shows and shit like that. You think the judge, them niggas was stupid. Everybody should have shut their mouth. As soon as Diddy got free, they could have celebrated a little bit in the courtroom, but they should have shut their mouths. Shit, nobody has said nothing on the legal team. Nobody should have said nothing from the outside. Nobody should have said a word until the judge had went to the sentencing. His lawyers on the internet doing interviews on the news, they shouldn't have said nothing. All them people outside the courthouse doing that stuff, man, I'm telling y'all this. Maureen Comey getting fired, all this stuff. Y'all gotta think about how the judge is looking at all this shit. So again, right? Man, Diddy's lawyer can say whatever he wanna say. He ain't the judge. Diddy's lawyer is the same one saying that Diddy should have got back. And what was he doing? On his knees crying like Keith Sweat when the judge told him bail denied when Diddy got convicted of the two, Mann Act crimes. I told y'all, that girl told me everybody in the courtroom thought that Diddy was going home. That same day, they all thought Diddy was going home. And I said, yo, that nigga ain't going home. They not finna let that nigga walk like that. And that judge came in there and said, bail denied. Bro, it broke all them niggas' hearts, bro. They said the whole courtroom was in shock when the judge denied that bail. He couldn't believe it. He's like, what? Bail denied. Trump will not pardon him. Here's why Trump won't pardon him. Because the guy that's now running Diddy's case was appointed by Donald Trump. He's not going against his own person he appointed that's going at Diddy. Now, this guy that Donald Trump appointed, he's slamming Diddy. Everybody keeps saying Donald Trump was going to pardon Diddy. If Donald Trump wanted to pardon Diddy, he can do it right now. Donald Trump don't have to wait for sentencing. Donald Trump can pardon Diddy right now. And he can say, oh, no, you're free of all charges right now. He's not going to pardon him, bro. He can pardon that dude. And I told y'all the other day, it's all on the discretion of Donald Trump. But when I saw this happen last night, because this part I did not know until last night, that the new person in charge of Diddy's case was assigned by Donald Trump. And this, he could have easily came up here and softened the blow. Nope. He came up and said, we pushing for the substantially much more time than 5 years. Once you heard that, that's all y'all need to know. And he demanded that Diddy's bail be denied and said he's an endangerment and a risk to the community. That's all y'all need to know. Donald Trump's not finna go against the own people that he elected and put in positions to do this stuff in order to, man, he's not finna do that. He would undermine the people that he put in these positions and piss them off. So I don't see him doing that. So he's not getting pardoned. Everybody think he's getting pardoned. He's not. You'd be a damn fool at this point to think he's going to get pardoned. After Donald Trump sent the guy to do Diddy in. Donald Trump hit Diddy with the Stone Cold Steve Austin, 2 middle fingers up to the sky. Kicked him in the stomach and hit his ass with a Stone Cold Stunner and said, DTA, don't trust anybody, son. You talk shit about me, your ass is going to go. And y'all sitting over here, hey man, I think Trump is going to pardon him. Man, listen, bro. Trump can do whatever he want to do, but last night everything was revealed. Once we found out that this is the guy that they have stepped up to run this case, and he wrote that letter scathing against Diddy last night and told the judge that we are requesting that his bail be rejected and we're seeking much substantial amount of prison time than 5 years. That's all y'all need to know. That's Donald Trump's man. So that's the thing. He's not going to go undermine his own guy. Not going to happen. I'm telling y'all what I think happened. I think Donald Trump is smarter than all these other people. I think Donald Trump was so ticked off that he heard his hotel name and his name being mentioned up in this case because Diddy was having freak-offs at Trump's hotels, right? I think Trump wanted to get his own people in there to see all the evidence. Because remember, Trump can't see the evidence himself. He got to have his people in there to see what the evidence is to tell him. Same thing with Pam Bondi telling him he was on the Epstein list. So I believe that Donald Trump, being smart, appointed this guy in April, knowing he was going to get Maureen Comey up out of there, because he can't trust Maureen Comey, and he don't know if Maureen Comey would turn around and try and investigate him and link him to Diddy too. So to me, he just said, I put my own guy in there, and we'll see everything that's in these files and everything that's going on and everything that was said throughout this case, even all the stuff that wasn't presented in the court. And then what happened? Now that you got everything, or you know everything you need to know, now, oh yeah, I don't need his ass. Jam his ass up. He ain't got nothing else he can use. Okay, yeah, get his ass out of here. Boom. The judge has ruled. The judge denied his bail. What are you talking about? The judge hasn't ruled. The judge denied his bail. The bail's denied, brother. What the hell is wrong with you people, man? What's wrong with you people? Matter of fact, I see right now, man, I just gotta keep, bro, it's sad. It's sad that, I gotta keep showing y'all this shit, man. Let me put this on the screen, man. Let me put this on the screen, bro. It's sad. This is the point where we at, where niggas just think I'm just capping, nigga. I'm just on here saying anything. But again, once again, I respect the gangster. I respect it. So let me go ahead and put this on the screen for you guys. All verifiable information. And y'all can read that yourselves. It don't take no rocket scientists to read that, brothers and sisters. Y'all think I'm just on here saying something? Read your screen. Yes, Sean Diddy Combs made a renewed bail request this week, proposing a $50 million bond. Once again, it was denied. Prosecutors opposed the request in a Manhattan federal court filing last night, July the 31st, 2025. What the hell is wrong with you people? I'm telling you, Tiki, can see? I'm telling you something. Denied. What's wrong with y'all, man? You see y'all motherfuckers at the sentencing, man, on October the 3rd. Order crab leg with the heavy butter, nigga. Period. I had to show y'all this. This is sad. Right? I'm telling y'all, bro. Nah, I don't think Trump did that for that. I think Trump, he already don't like Diddy. Diddy tried to get Trump out of here. He tried to destroy Trump. He said Trump needed to be eradicated. Trump just said what he said out loud because he didn't want to look like he's attacking somebody personally. But Trump was never going to help Diddy. Trump said he was going to pardon. He hinted that he was going to pardon. What's the music guy's name that's in the West Coast? I forget his name. Roseman. He ain't never pardoned him ever. Homie thought he was getting out. Trump ain't never pardoned that dude. Y'all ain't talk about that. So again, I'm just telling y'all what it is. Federal guidelines must not be used as sentencing, sir. You're wrong. At sentencing, it's the judge's discretion. Stop lying on YouTube, sir. It's the judge's discretion, sir. It's the judge's discretion. Let me put this on your screen for you, sir. The judge has leeway to give Diddy what he want to give him. And he don't even have to use the sentencing guidelines. He don't. That's the biggest lie being told on YouTube. Oh, the judge has to use the sentencing guidelines. No, he don't. He don't. I'd have told you that 1,000 times too, but you don't want to listen. Put it right there on your screen. Judge Submaranian has a wide latitude to consider. Read your screen, sir. Factors beyond the guidelines, you damn fool. Such as Combs' character, the nature of offenses, the evidence of violence presented at the trial, e.g. testimony from Cassie and Jane about abuse. And he can impose the full 20 years by considering acquitted conduct. That means that conduct that Diddy was found innocent of If the judge thinks, hey man, nah man, I believe this shit. Plus all the other stuff he's seen, letters he got, the judge can use all that to sentence that nigga. What are you talking about? Are y'all niggas stupid? This is the same thing that you have in real other court cases. And this is the thing, right? In other court cases, you have this. For example, before your sentencing hearing, people will have their mothers, they'll have character witnesses, all these people come up there and speak for you to try to convince the judge to lower your time. And then the other side, they'll have witnesses come up there and speak to try to increase your time. That's not guideline sentencing. That's discretion of the judge. The judge can give Diddy 20 years, walk out of court and not feel a damn thing. Or he can give him 2 years, walk out of court and not feel a thing. It's all on the judge. You're not listening. It doesn't matter if you wasn't found guilty of that. You're not using your brain, sir. You gotta understand the law, sir. That shit doesn't matter. Look in the paperwork, brother. All that shit you saying, it don't mean nothing, sir. It means nothing. Read the paperwork, bro. Let me put it on your screen. Read the paperwork, brother. They can use acts that he was acquitted of. The judge can use that against him. Are you not listening? That's the law, nigga. Look up the law. The guidelines are just a request from Diddy's lawyers and from the prosecution of what they feel like the timeline should be. The judge, he can rule whatever he want to rule between 0 and 20 years. That's the problem y'all don't understand. Right? And the judge just denied this nigga's bail again. Man, he finna hit that nigga with the goddamn. That nigga ain't getting out no time soon. That was the death blow. I told y'all this the other day. I said, yo, if the judge give him bail, that nigga gonna walk. He gonna get probation. He don't get no time. He gonna get slapped on the wrist. First time offense. If he don't, he finna hit that nigga with the tsunami. Cause why would you not give Diddy a $50 million bail if they was not? I want you to think about this. Diddy put up a $50 million bail again this past week. $50 million. Why would you not release a guy on a $50 million bail that has been found not guilty on those two charges unless they're intending on giving him major time for the two charges that he was convicted of? That's all you do, bro. This is simple mathematics. Simple mathematics. Right? And think about this. Everybody saying that Trump's going to pardon this dude. I said that it was on Trump. People keep coming my comment section. You said the other day Trump's going to pardon him. I did not. Go listen to my video, you idiot. I said it's on Trump. Trump can decide whatever he wants to do, whether he pardons him or not. It's in his decision. That was before I found out last night at the last hour that the new U.S. District Attorney in the Southern District of New York was appointed by Donald Trump. And he's the guy that wrote this letter today, or last night, that demanded that Diddy remain locked up. Use y'all brains, man. Use y'all brains, man. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, man. We try and tell these people, man. I don't know why people don't want to listen, man. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, man. Your son, all the people out there celebrating, my chick the baddest, all this other stuff, bro. And niggas should have just sat down and been quiet, bro. The judge is still free. He watch all this shit. That's the part y'all don't understand. So when you out here doing victory laps and all that other shit, bro, I'm just saying, man. Or when you out here and you looking like Bookman and got dribble coming all down your lips, always spitting and snot coming down your nose, just looking crazy as hell. Like I said, man, just nowhere near my level. Period. You know what I mean? That's the situation. You know what I mean? So that's the situation that's going on. Y'all gotta understand this type of stuff. I'm just presenting y'all the facts. So ask yourself this question. Why would the judge deny Diddy's bail again just to give him probation in October? Yeah, man. You gonna deny a $50 million bail if you just plan on giving this dude 1 year in probation? Man, get out of here, man. Get out of here, man. They would have already, let me say this again, and Diddy's lawyers know this. That's why they asking for a whole new trial. Why you think they want a whole new trial? Because they already know what's up. They know they finna hit this nigga with this sonic boom. So, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? And then what's gonna happen is when them civil cases come around and he's being accused of all this sex trafficking and stuff in them civil cases, if that's proven, then that's how they're gonna take his money. Because in civil cases, if you lose a civil case, a sex trafficking case, allegations like that, they seize your assets in civil case too. It's not just criminal. And in civil case, it's way less of a burden to prove in civil cases. Way less of a burden. Right? This man got a $50 million bail turned down 4 times. Even after he was convicted, he got a $50 million bail turned down 2 times after he was, acquitted on major charges. And y'all don't think the judge get ready to come hit this nigga with the goddamn stone cold stunner? Man, shit. You'll see. To the person who said that's not the order from the judge, ma'am, the judge ruled that Diddy's bail is denied. What are you talking about, ma'am? You people don't have no brain. You just come in here running your mouth. I see you in the comment section. You just running your mouth, man. You need to read. See if Diddy walk out of there between now and October the 3rd. Then you'll see that his bail got rejected. The judge already denied his bail. That's why I'm here telling you now. I don't know why y'all don't want to listen. But it is what it is. If you want to torture yourself and make yourself suffer like that, hey, that's your fault. Person who said bullshit, okay. Go up there and call up to the jail right now and ask them, did he make bail? Mama the Great, call up there to the Metropolitan Detention Center right now and ask them to Sean Diddy Combs make bail. Is he coming home today? Call up there. I want you to call up there. Call up there right now to the Metropolitan. Call up there. You said why did? Yeah, that's why Trump. Yep. Facts. Facts. Nah, I think that Trump got his people in there making sure, bro. Listen, if I was Trump, I would want my people in there making sure they ain't got nothing linked me in that shit, man. I want to know everything. So that guy is Trump's people. Period. Right? You said Judge Mathis said he'll get 7 to 15 years. Judge Mathis, no. He know what time it is. If you ask me, I believe he'll probably give Diddy around 12 to 15 years. That's my thoughts. If he go 20 years, bro, I'll fall out, man. Get that nigga 20 years. But I think he'll go between that time frame I just told y'all. Between 12 and 15 years. That's where I think he's going to go. Because I think that the prosecution is going to go max. So I think the fact that the prosecution is going to go max, and because Diddy was convicted on those 2 charges, and because of all the other stuff that was brought up, and Diddy's lawyers made the biggest mistake, the thing that hurt them the worst is they admitted to the violence in court. They admitted to it. And then Mark and Glypho set up there talking about this is a love story. Are you serious? Then y'all gotta remember the judge seen them tapes. The judge seen all the other evidence that was kept out of court. I mean, yeah, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like, share, subscribe.
Hey, I really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, supporting the network. Like, share, and subscribe. Once again, there are links. Get the free membership on our website. That way you guys won't miss any of our news update stories or videos. They're all on the website, ticketvmedia.com. You go over there. You can go right to the members part and become a free member. That way you guys will get all the updates. Also, straight drought weight loss formula. Make sure y'all go tap in and copy some of that, as well as subscribing to our podcast show. Link will be pinned at the top of the chat down there below. And also, we just appreciate all y'all who support the channel. Cash App, PayPal.